Manchester City will face Inter Milan in Istanbul on the 10th of June, and they are now on the cusp of winning the treble, with one win needed to wrap up the Premier League and an FA Cup final against Manchester United on the horizon. So let's speak to a Manchester City fan, shall we? We've got Emily Brobin on the phone. Good morning to you, Emily.
Good morning, how are you? You okay?
Emily, I'm very well, right? But can you just give me a sense of the proportion in your blood of caffeine, excitement, optimism, fear and panic? How are you feeling this morning?
Overwhelmed, I think, is the common emotion. I've kind of got tears in my eyes sat here. I've not had a lot of sleep, and it's a lot to process right now after everything that we've been through. I remember coming on with Rick and Rachel last year after being in the Bernabeu and everything that happened. And oh, what a difference a year makes, Rachel.
Same team, though, broadly. Well, one perhaps very notable exception, although he wasn't massively involved last night, was he?
No, he wasn't, and he didn't need to be, and that's the difference about this team, because, you know, I was walking in with my friends last night, and they said, "How are you so calm?" And I said, I feel like it couldn't get any worse in this competition for City. I feel like I've lived through every kind of potential moment of Monaco and the Spurs game, Porto, the Bernabeu, and we've been so low. We've got so close and so far, and it just felt different this year. It feels like a coming of age moment for this team. It feels like they've grown in the competition. They've learnt from those mistakes, and they've learnt from all the kind of... They've been on, I know it's dead cheesy, but I feel like they've been on a journey, and they matured last night, and boy did they mature. What a performance.
Emily, I really don't want to kill the mood here, right, but this is such a grown-up and serious and terrible question, but it's an expensive business being a Manchester City fan at the end of the season here. Are you going to manage Wembley? Are you going to manage a cup final in Istanbul? How are you going to spread yourself across the big finish to the season?
Beans on toast for the next month, I think. Seriously, I mean, I was up till 1:30 in the morning sorting my flights out. I had the hotel booked. I always book every year the hotel just in case. So I remember being in Madrid and cancelling my hotel in Paris. And it's not being presumptuous. It's just you have to do it to kind of be able to afford to go, because if you leave it too late, then you can be priced out. It's like you say, you know, we're working class fans at the end of the day, and we're kind of struggling to keep up a little bit, but no complaints. I'm having the time of my life. What a dream it was last night.
That's great to hear, Emily. You know, here's the thing, right? I was trying to work out the timing of this before we spoke this morning. If I said to you 13 years ago you'd be on the cusp of a treble, what would you have said to me?
I would have laughed. I would have been... I mean, I've been here... You know, I had my season ticket in Division 2, and I know that everything's changed at the club. You know, the takeover, everybody talks about the money, but it's taken us years and years to get to this point, I feel. And last night, you know, 14 times winners of the Champions League, Real Madrid, and it was like a snake suffocating its prey. The press that we enjoyed last night, it was ferocious, it was relentless. And who was the Ballon d'Or winner on the pitch? You would have thought it was a player wearing sky blue. Certainly not Karim Benzema.
And this is the thing, you know, I think I heard on the commentary last night that you've got to take each game as it comes. All the cliches were flying out, but Chelsea on Sunday, I mean, what is your outlook as a fan as these big games? Because each game's a huge cup final now, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you feel like it normally takes me days to come down from something like this, and Chelsea on Sunday, I mean, it could even be done on Saturday. If Nottingham Forest are in a relegation dogfight, they are desperate for the point. So, wow, it's one game at a time, and I'm really trying desperately not to mention the T word, because I don't want to believe it. I just know that FA Cup final now, that has got such an edge because of that, because they will be desperate to protect that legacy that they've got.
Yeah, it's a big thing to spoil that party for your other noisy neighbours, isn't it? If United could do the business in the FA Cup final. But I don't want to finish on that note, Emily. Just I'd like to wish you all the very best with your beans on toast for the rest of this season. And thank you.
Hopefully it'll be worth it.
It will be. Thank you so much for your time this morning, Emily Brobin, who's a Manchester City fan, and like most City fans, ecstatic this morning.
She'll chuck on a bit of cheese after Sunday if they win.
Exactly, yeah.
So, you know, as the weeks go on, hopefully the beans on toast celebrations will get more elaborate.